Welcome back to the channel. My name is Wong, and in today's video, guys, I'm going to be letting you in on a little secret. Something I've had on my mind for a number of years now. This is a car that I've had for about 6 long years. You can probably already tell by the title of this video. It's a little bit of a bittersweet one. You guys will probably find out at the end of it, but I thought, guys, it's finally time that I introduce to you and showcase to you what I've been having under wraps for such a long time. You know, with everything that's been happening on my personal life, as well as all the stuff that's been happening here on YouTube, it's been really full on. And I thought, look guys, let's not keep it a secret anymore. I just want to be fully transparent with you. I had the idea of actually shooting this video sitting down with a tripod, but I thought, you know what, it's probably best I had a one-on-one chat to you guys about the raw, emotional journey and experience of all the fun, the love, the passion for this particular car for the past 6 years. And without further ado, guys, this is my 1994 Honda NSX. It's a factory manual JDM NSX that has been in the country here in Australia for about 20 years. It was personally imported by the previous owner. It's got 105,000 Ks to it. And since I picked it up till now, I've done so many things with this car. Honestly, I can't even, right now, looking at it, thinking about all the memories and experience I've had in the Honda NSX. It has really been quite a journey. And so in today's video, guys, I'm going to be talking to you about the history, my experiences with this car, everything that I've done to it, and the reason why I've decided to bring it up here on the channel today. It's been a bit of a roller coaster, as you've probably seen in the past few videos, but it's going to be really bittersweet making this video. It's a little bit emotional at the same time. I am very excited to show you guys the Honda NSX. This car to me has been an absolute dream ever since I was a little kid. Being a massive Honda fanboy when I was a little one, and then seeing this car being designed, co-developed by Ayrton Senna, seeing the F1 technology that Honda had thrown into essentially supercar that they developed. Their very first one, mid-engine, rear-wheel drive. This was the pinnacle of Honda at its time, and it really pioneered supercars and cars and technology ever since then. I've already talked about the NSX in full depth in a review that I've done here on the channel. This is going to be a showcase about this NSX and what this car means to me. So if you want to go check out that video, be sure to click this link up here. It should be somewhere there. But that will show you guys everything there is about the driving experience, about the NSX in the full review, and a little bit more about the history of the car. But guys, this is about my personal NSX, and it has been an absolute journey with this car. I don't know how many times I've said that, but there's going to be quite a bit of me repeating myself just because of how much this car means to me. Growing up, wanting this car, back in an era when these things weren't really worth that much. JDM cars were a little bit of a luxury, really. They were a bit of a toy. They were just that old Japanese car, not really that reliable to a lot of people because they wanted something new that had warranty, and these things were at the time 20 years old. And so people really slept on JDM cars, as you probably can tell, given the prices of what things are now. It's a little bit absurd. And so picking this car up when I was 20 years old, it was pretty surreal. A supercar at 20 years old, it kind of blew my mind. And I just want to mention this real quickly. I'm not trying to boast or brag that I have a Honda NSX. This channel and everything that I do for content is nothing about me trying to boast about anything like that. It's about giving back to the community. And so that kind of gives way as to why I never mentioned the NSX. This is a car that I built from essentially the ground up about 6 years ago. And so I never really found the right time to talk about this car. It was a build that took place before anything had ever eventuated on YouTube. And so a little bit of a weird position for me to talk about this car if I was just going to drive it and have it sitting in my garage. So, you know, with all the things that has happened as well with regards to COVID and things like that, it didn't even give me a time for me to feature or showcase the NSX really. And I thought it'd be more interesting to talk to you guys about other builds that I could actually attend to, as well as all the car reviews that I've been doing. You know, I love giving back to the community. There are so many awesome cars that go unnoticed here in Australia. And for me, creating this channel, it was all about showcasing all the crazy stuff that we have out here, whether that's JDM, Euro, Aussie cars. I just love all things cars. And so for me, my own car, the NSX, was just a little bit of an overthought, really. I just didn't think it was something that needed to be spoken about. There was already an NSX that I had already done a review on, so this car was kind of like, yeah, let's just keep it under wraps. And so that's kind of like the reason why I have kept this car a little bit of a secret. You know, I am not trying to boast with this. It is just a showcase of the truth. I guess I can talk to you guys a little bit about the history of the NSX and what this car essentially means to me. You know, I picked this car up when I was 20 years old. I was a little kid. I flew to Sydney. I was scouring the internet to find an NSX. It was my dream car, and having the means to afford this car at that time was honestly an absolute dream, a blessing. And so I found this car again in Sydney by the previous owner, who had owned this car pretty much since it came here into Australia. He was having a baby, and so he really needed to sell it. I actually met his wife. He had a kid already, and this was his second kid, and so he really needed to part ways with this car to get himself sorted for his future. And so I ended up purchasing the car from him. He was originally a Victorian gentleman, and he had these plates 0810 over in Sydney. So luckily he was happy enough to give me these number plates, and so I've actually had this since owning this car. It's not a heritage plate, it's a custom plate, but really cool in terms of its combination. And so shipped it back home, and honestly guys, the first ever drive that I had in the NSX, it was a little bit uninspiring, to be honest. You know, all the talk about it being a gentleman's sports car, a supercar that you could drive every day, it really encapsulated that in a way that it was kind of boring. And I know I'm probably going to get crucified by saying that, but it wasn't really that fun. It wasn't really that inspiring to drive. It was just a little bit of a Honda legend in a two-door, low-slung supercar. I wanted to go down the path of modifying this car to get it to the standard where it would resemble a Honda NSX R. And so I did that over the course of the 4 years that followed. I did everything to make this car handle, perform, to look, to drive just a little bit better, and to get it to that NSX-R formula. And so I guess I can give you guys a quick walk around and overview of the NSX. So as you can probably tell from the outside, it's got a really cool, unique colorway in my opinion. It's Brooklyn's Green Pearl. It was only ever offered by Honda in the NSX for 1 year, and this is the green with the black roof and the black interior. And it's got a Wings West kit on the front here for the lip. It's got some indicator protectors. You've got a set of TE37 SLs, and guys, I'm a big TE37 guy. You've probably seen on the EG and the S15 and all the other sets I have. But yes, the TEs are a massive fan favorite for me. And I've also got a set of StopTech 4-piston calipers at the front and at the rear. Also the slotted rotors. You've got the NA2 side skirts, carbon pillars here. I just love this side profile. It really is reminiscent of the F16 fighter jet that this was actually based upon. At the back here, you've got the C38, the legendary V6 engine, NSX-R, carbon spoiler, NA2 side skirt and diffusers at the back, and an advanced titanium catback exhaust with headers to match. So, you know, on the outside, personally, I think it really looks aggressive while still retaining the elements of the purity of the NSX in an NSX-R form. So I really like that touch. You know, these taillights are just so recognizable as something very unique and different. Also, I forgot to mention, this car also has KW Club Sport coilovers, so it's sitting very low. And honestly, my biggest gripe about driving this car is the fact that it sits lower than most cars on the street. So people in their side mirrors, I feel, would struggle to see it. And I was very, very scared to drive it. Otherwise, when I did drive it, it was so much fun. Let me show you guys the interior really quickly. I just locked it. But yes, the interior. So the NSX was always known to have that, you know, that cockpit style interior, which was always so cool. You've got the leather. I've also fitted some Recaro pole positions in leather here, just to match that interior. I don't know how well you can see it, but I really love these seats. They really hold you in the cabin, and you literally sit on the ground in the NSX. It is so low, especially given the fact I've got the sign to speed rails and the car being so low. You're literally looking as though you're sitting on the ground. I've also got an NSXR horn. I've got an NSXR cluster here, and the 5-speed gearbox. So a little bit about this car. I did go down the path of really making sure that this car was sorted. There's not so much done on the outside, but rather it was all on the inside. And so that gearbox is an NSXR spec gearbox ratio. I had the gearbox fully rebuilt with new synchros to match the NSXR, and so it's brand new. It's essentially amazing to drive with that. I've also fitted a carbon clutch by ATS and a carbon ATS 1.5 way LSD, just to improve everything that encapsulates the driving sensation of the NSX. And now, after everything that's been done to it, it really drives so much better from when I first picked it up. You know, I've also done a bunch of other things like spoon rigid collars. I've changed all the bushes, and now at this point it drives like an absolute dream. And so I really didn't need to do any more things to it, and so bringing it on the channel was kind of pointless. It was never my intention. So I always just showcase my EG. That car to me was just so much more fun, and I think for me it was just more relatable to have Honda Civic EG content than some crazy NSX. And given the prices of what this car is today, it has gone leaps and bounds from what I paid for it and what it is worth now today. So with all that said in mind, that kind of gives way to what I'm going to be talking about now. I am honestly you guys can probably already tell, but I'm looking to sell my Honda NSX, guys, to put it bluntly. I'm at a position now where I want to set myself up for the future, to build myself a foundation for the coming years by way of purchasing a house, by way of creating more finances to create content for you guys here on YouTube, and everything that I have going on in my life right now. It's been really hectic as I become this little adult, and so, you know, I really want to say I appreciate every one of you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for all that you have done to show support to this channel through the years. You know, at the time of making this video, I'm about to hit 60,000 subscribers, so that thought alone, I honestly just can't get over, and still a very surreal moment to think that I'm here with my journey out here on YouTube. So in the next coming days and weeks, you're gonna see the NSX up for sale. It's really bittersweet, and I know this is typically a video where I'm super excited to talk about me showcasing and revealing a car, but much to the contrary, because this is going to be the first and the last content that I actually make for the Honda NSX. So guys, I still am a little bit, I don't really know how to feel right now. I think it's gonna all sink in when I actually do sell this car. So guys, that's pretty much the gist of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the truth, the secret about my NSX. This is my baby, my garage queen, and my dream car, and I'm looking to pass this car on to the next custodian, whether that may be you, someone else, your mate, your friends, family. Please let me know if you're interested in the Honda NSX. It's a very clean example, and it's going to be really hard and sad to see this car go, but I'm looking forward to the future. You know, everything is still really lively here on the channel. I've got so many builds that's in the works right now, so it's still awesome to see that I still have this car, and I've tried my best for so many years to hold on to it. And so I think now it's officially time to just pass the flame on to someone else, guys. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, this personal one-on-one emotional raw video of the Honda NSX and the truth behind it. If you guys have, please be sure to smash that thumbs up button in the comments below. Tell me what you think about the Honda NSX. I'm still blown away by the fact that I've had the opportunity to own such a special car. So if you guys want to see more car content, more car builds and car reviews here on YouTube, consider hitting that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. And hopefully I don't drop another massive bombshell again. I'll see you soon.